vibes. Welcome to the Think Strong Be Strong channel. If it's your first time, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so you know when the next videos drop in. If you're an avid listener, welcome back. Always love it when you guys show up. Thank you for the comments and the likes recently. Thank you for the shares as well, for those of you guys who've been sharing it and letting me know. I really appreciate it. So here we're going to be talking about changes that I've made at the beginning of the year, especially during lockdown, and just how it's benefited me in terms of self-care and self-love. So without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Hey guys, welcome back. So it's funny, I was having a conversation, as I always do, like I always start these videos with, I was having a conversation. You probably wonder how many conversations I have. But I was having a conversation with somebody and I was just talking about, or we were talking about the impact lockdown has had on us in terms of our mental health, in terms of our physical health, and just in life in general. So I decided at the beginning of Lent that I was gonna give up making myself too available for other people and not making myself available for me, and the thought process was more for me in terms of other people. I feel like when we make ourselves too available, and especially me, because I always made myself available, I was too available. So when you make yourself too available for people, it's kind of like there is an unspoken SLA, service level agreement between you and that person, where whenever they drop you a message or whenever they ask you to do something, and you reply instantaneously, or you say yes, sure, every single time, it's like you've kind of arranged or agreed this unspoken SLA where you will always be available within the first 24 hours or the first 4 hours or instantaneously with messaging. And the moment you say no, or the moment you don't reply as readily or as quickly as they used to, it is like you have broken some sort of agreement with that person and they're not happy about it, or you find yourself saying you can't do it because you've got X, Y, and Z, and you're explaining your situation to them when you don't really need to explain it. And then you find yourself squeezing in their request because you've managed to rearrange things that are important to you just so you could be there for the other person whenever they, holler at you. And that's the unspoken, SLA between you guys that you formed and they've agreed to without you realizing that you've agreed to yourself. So, I made the decision to basically say that I wasn't going to make people I wasn't going to make myself too available, and I was going to take time for me, look out for me, ask me how I'm feeling, do what I want to do in the time that I want to do it, not reply people's messages back as quickly as possible because I am busy or I just want to relax. Let's face it, we as individuals, we have a lot of things to do in our day. And I said, I did a video a while back about how, if someone's into you and it takes 2.5 seconds to, send a text message and everything. And I still stand by that. But I also stand by the fact of how many 2.5 seconds, does it take before you realize you have no time for yourself? Because if you're replying 2.5 seconds to one person, then another person, and another person, another person, then another person messages you back with the response of your previous message, and so on and so on and so on. Before you know it, you've lost your time. And let's face it, we do have a lot of things going on. I was running through my, my daily itinerary with my friend about how, depending on my work pattern and my shift patterns, what I gotta do in my day, for just, not even for me, just in general, basic life administration stuff, you know. If I, I have a dog, so I got to get up and I got to take my dog out, and then I got to set myself up for work, depending on what time it is. So I got to get things going. I've got to, set myself up. I got to eat food. There are a lot of things that I do, and then I start my job. And then in between work, I may get back to some people here and there with messages. But then when I finish work, I'm tired from work. But then you got people still trying to holler at you, still trying to get message, still trying to have a conversation with you because their day has probably not been as busy as yours. Or maybe it has, but they just want to chat and you're tired or you've not had time to, de-stress from your day. And for those of us who are working from home, you're not getting the luxury of separating your work from your home life. So it may take you a while to recalibrate yourself. So for me, I said, you know what it is? I'm going to make sure that I schedule time for myself. I'm going to make sure that I don't allow myself to be too available for everybody else. And I'm going to make sure that I don't have to explain myself to other people when the answer is no. Because let's face it, people have to learn to let no be your vitamin. You have to learn to practice saying no guilt-free, and those around you who you've said yes to have to be prepared for you to say no, because no to them is not no, I'm not your friend anymore, and it's not no, I'll never be there for you anymore, and it's not no, you just want to take and don't give. It doesn't mean that. No sometimes just means no, I need time for myself right now so I can be fully charged for myself and for another time when you may need me. No is no, I've had a long day, I need to recalibrate. No is no, I need to sleep. No is no, I need to do stuff for me because I'm always doing stuff for everybody else. When you work, yes, you're working for you, but you're also working for your boss. When you're being your friend's friend, you're being your friend for them more than you are doing it for yourself, because you're being there for them. They're not doing it there for you. When you're a parent, you're being there for your kids. You're not being there for you per se. When you're a partner, you're not being there 100% for yourself either. You're being there for other people, for the other people in your life. So when you say no, you're basically saying, no, I need to be there for me. If it's just for an hour a day, an hour. If it's just for 2 hours, 2 hours. If it's for the rest of the night, it's for the rest of the night. And you shouldn't be led to feel guilty, and you shouldn't feel guilty in general either. Because, when you pour in into everybody else, at some point, there will be nothing left in you. So the only way for you to refill is for you to stop pouring. So that's when you take time for yourself to refill and bring yourself back up to the top so you could pour into other people. So there's that. So anyway, as I was talking to my friend, we were just talking about routines that we have set. Like, technology is so cool because you can set routines on your phone to help with, looking out for yourself or looking after yourself. For example, I have schedules on my phone, so when it gets to a particular time at night, my phone kicks into airplane mode and it turns off Wi-Fi, it turns off data, turns off Bluetooth, so there is no room for me to go out and be messaging or getting messages in. So I can take time to switch off my brain, meditate, or just go to bed early, read a book, or do whatever I want for the last hour before bed. So my brain is not ticking over. Do you understand? So my brain is not engaged in social media. So my brain is not engaged in other places, which is going to stimulate the mind, which is going to stop me from sleeping, which is going to then make me too available. Okay? So that's one thing I've done. Second thing is I've actually limited how much social media I go on and use, because let's face it, for me, it wasn't really working for me. I found myself scrolling mindlessly through posts. So I limited that. That was my conscious choice, And then there are other things, taking a walk that I've been doing, doing more things that I want to do, cycling, having limited conversations or more conversations with other people that I've not really given my time to because I've been too available for other people. And other days or nights, just not saying nothing at all and just being in my own space, watching films, being a geek that I am, watching all my superhero movies or watching all my documentaries and things, you know? So, and the most important thing is it's made me feel more comfortable being by myself, because let's face it, once upon a time, I just didn't like being, I always felt alone. But lately, by putting in these little changes and then and then making use of these changes and taking advantage of the time that I've now given back to myself to do for myself, to invest in myself, studying and everything else which is for my betterment. And when I'm the best version of myself, that means I'm even more, effective when other people need me or want me, you know, because I've upped my game to another level. It means I'm more effective for the other people when they need me. It's also helped me to become more intuitive with who I give my time to, more selective, or as people like to call me now, picky, or say that I've changed. Well, we're not really supposed to stay the same, are we? We're supposed to grow, change, and evolve. That's part of life. But I digress. Coming back to the point, yeah. So, I made a decision to do these things for myself, and lockdown's been really good for it, because I think if it was every day, I would have probably, if the world was still spinning like it was before, I don't think I'd do it as much. But now I've got these values and these routines instilled in me now. So when the world goes back to normal, I won't deviate from what I'm about now, because I've had a year. Well, I've had a year to practice it, and I've had the last few months to, what's the word? Finalize and sharpening it. I've had it the last few months to make it a solid foundation now. So yeah, I think I've made sense. I hope I have. Normally everything flows a lot smoother, but I don't know if it's flowed as smooth today, but I think I've made my point. If you've not already tried this, do it, man, because I think personally, you can't invest in other people the way they want you to until you've invested in yourself the way you should do, because if you I just feel like you can't. I feel like if you're not 100% invested in yourself and 100% developing within yourself and growing within yourself, how are you going to help other people to grow? After a while, they will realize that you're only limited on what you can provide and what you can't provide, and then they will find other people to pull from, and that's just the way the world works. But as long as you are always pouring into yourself and looking after yourself and just putting yourself at the front more than putting other people at the front, then you will always be one, overflowing with blessings, grace, joy, happiness. And also, I guess you'll always be useful and available to other people, and you'll know who to give your time to and who not to give your time to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the share, and if you didn't, tell me why. Okay? Anyway, like I always say, live your life one step, one rep at a time. Think strong, be strong, and remember, impossible is nothing. Peace.